Uh, this year, man. This year was an interesting year. For videos, for streams, for just general life stuff. It's been an interesting year. Let's put on some music that's fitting and actually have it play when I want it to play. There we go. There. Now it's a little bit more in sync. All right, so with this series, not with this series, with this channel, it's been a while. It's been a while since we did what we started. I've started streaming a lot more. I started doing a more comprehensive series with all of the moments that I've put up. I've made new friends. I've talked to a lot more artists online, not even just Susie. Did more content with a lot of other people, like my roommate. Got a way to actually get more games. I got a Switch. Well, I got it last year. I got a PS4 this year. God, there's so much stuff we did. And let's see. I just kind of want to put everything into perspective. So we're just gonna sift through all of these. Yeah. This is a little too far back, but you get what I mean. So I'm sorry if I sound a little bit under the weather. It's not that it's a bad thing. It's just that there's just a lot to look through. A lot of these videos are raw footage. A lot of it's raw footage, and the rest of it, you know, is a lot of it's raw footage, but you know, there's actually the videos that you guys were seeing and the streams that you guys were seeing. So, you know, for starters, the very first video that came out this year was Pokemon Monopoly. One of them. That's the second part. The first part I think came out a little bit before. No, this is when it came out. Midnight. Pokemon Monopoly. And that was a series with me, PJ, Rob, and his ex at the time, Victoria. And we all basically were just playing Pokemon Monopoly and just having a grand old time and seeing how that was gonna go. And then there was the finale that was of Danganronpa 2 that was posted the day after. And then we did some more Pokemon Heart Gold, which we're gonna be redoing at the end of everything. We're gonna be redoing it and making sure that it looks better. We might do it as a stream series, who knows. Just gonna adjust this a little bit here. I'm trying out a little bit of a webcam thing. I hope that that it actually picked the settings, make it look like I'm actually speaking when I'm supposed to. Because I know that this particular webcam isn't like high end. I could use my phone or find a better webcam to use at the end of the day, but this will work for now until I can get something better. It makes me look like I'm in some kind of a 1970s sepia tone film, but it's fine. It's what I gotta work with. So yeah, there's all this. Ignore that. That doesn't exist. That almost existed, but that's gonna look towards. This is the first stream of the new year. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, which is a surprisingly good game. And that was the first stream I had with Joe. I'm gonna change that thumbnail to fit the current thumbnail scheme that we have. Doki Doki Literature Club was that was a trip. V3 was like one of the biggest games that I did this year. It ended fairly recently. No, it ended like, I want to say in May. I did it from January, and I think for like up until May or June is when I stopped because I ran out of episodes. But like, this is one of my favorite stream series that I've done. Basically anything with Joe is always going to be like a wild card of a stream or a video series. Especially when we started doing Batman, which we might get back into, honestly. Now that I have a better way of streaming, we might actually get back to Batman, the Batman the Telltale series, as well as the Mario plus Rabbids Dong DLC. So yeah, no, we did all that. We started Hell Yeah and did Jet Set Radio. We did all that this year. We made it to Canada. We did the Death Road to Canada stream, and we made it all the way up to the wonderful world of Canada. It's crazy of how much stuff that we did. In like, we always complain about not having a lot of time to do things, but like, even in the time that we didn't really have a lot of, we still did it quite a bit. Yeah, we did Hell Yeah, finished Doki Doki Literature Club. I started doing the Moment Master 4 bits more often, because I think there were only 2 other Moment Master 4s I did. One was it was a compilation stream of Binding of Isaac, and the other one was one of the moments from the streams from Little Big Planet. And so that's kind of where I started. I started from the Little Big Planet streams and just went with some of those moments. But pretty much anything that I'm a part of, whether it be stream series on my channel or stream series on another channel or video series all around, as long as I'm a part of it, then they'll just get moments here. First I started posting them willy-nilly and all that, but then I started making them a lot more of just a weekly thing, so that I can kind of get into the moment, because it's not like a super long video. I just gotta find a moment, gotta look through my videos or look through the streams, find a moment that I like, and then just post it, basically. Maybe make some changes if I feel like I can add some more to it. But yeah, Mario plus Rabbids is when I first started using my Switch. Like, I never really did a series with my Switch outside of snipper clips, which I would post the other 2 videos I did with Joe, but they do not exist. They got corrupted, so there's no way I can use the footage anymore. Danganronpa 2 Island Mode. I only did 1 stream of that, even though I kind of want to go back to it. But then we did V3, and we started doing more of V3, and then that just took up all the time. We actually recorded the entirety of V3 before I edited the first episode, just because I really wanted to get through it, and I kind of wanted to just test out an idea of what, instead of uploading it as I was going, what would happen if I did a series where I recorded the entire thing beforehand, then posted it up after I was already done with the game. So it would just be like a concentrated me and Joe going through this game together and seeing what our reactions were without really, getting spoiled on anything. Like, I think that was the biggest part, because I hadn't watched anything V3 leading up to it. I hadn't watched anything V3 during the series, except after I beat the game, and except the demo that we did prior. So I think that turned out to be like it was a blind for me and Joe, so you got a little bit of both sides of the coin in terms of like speculation and figuring out who the murderer is and all that. So I think it was nice in that regard. Most people don't know, It's in the playlist, but most people don't know PJ and I streamed Galgun Double Piece. It wasn't the greatest stream, but some things came out of it. I might make a moment out of it just so they can post you know, flow to it, so people can know that we did it. It wasn't the greatest game by far. It wasn't even close to the greatest game, but it was something. There's a lot of raw footage. Because I did the tactic of posting raw footage directly to YouTube and then taking it off because otherwise it wouldn't work. With the way that I was recording it through Bandicam, I found out the problem and now it doesn't happen anymore. Now I can just easily just record it from Bandicam and then just use it directly without any problems, which I wish I had known about this earlier in the year. Yeah, we recorded more of the Shitfest in February, as well as South Park. I think we beat the game in February. No, when it wasn't February, it was like October. We went back to the game in February. Like that was I think part 13 that we recorded back then. And a lot of V3 happened then. Doing the Splatfest was interesting. The Splatfest for Money vs. Love, I think, was the first time I did Splatoon 2 on my channel. And spoiler alert, there's going to be a series on that. But I have things planned. Oh, I have things planned for that series. So, and it'll probably come out around the time that that the last Splatfest might be in, because I mean they said that they're going to do Splatfest for another year, so maybe within that time frame, just like in the last game, I'll find a way to make it work. So, and then I started Sonic Battle, or continued Sonic Battle. No, I started it last year. I've been meaning to get back into Sonic Battle, especially since now I have a better way of recording. I might as well just be like, I'm just gonna finish it, because it's not a long game, but it's taking me forever to beat it. Also due to lack of motivation to really go back to that project, and I have so many other fun ideas I want to get to. There's the one time we randomly streamed Mario Kart 8, and I beat Star Allies. So there's a lot more that's been added to Star Allies. I know I beat the game in 7.5 hours, day one, but they've updated the game. They had 3 different waves of free DLC that adds a lot more characters and even a new harder mode. And like all the guest the guest ofs, actually, if you play with them, if you play the dream characters in the guest mode, then they give you a lot more. They give you a lot more stages and a lot more gameplay. And I'm thinking of going back to it, but you know, maybe bringing Pooja along, so that she could experience it for the first time, because she'd never played it. Maybe I could do it as a series rather than a stream. We'll see how things go, but I want to do that again. I want to do that game again. I want to do it with the idea that there's more people that I could play with in the game. Started Celeste this year, and we're gonna end it next year, judging by how the streams have been going. We're gonna probably end Celeste next year, probably early on next year too. Depends on how bad I suck at the Seasides, but Celeste was a really big part of like the last semester I had at college, because the game came out I think January 12th. I saw it on a Nintendo Direct, and I was like, I want to play this because it looks really cool and up my alley. Little did I know the amazing game that held behind it, and I honestly can say that is one of my top 5 favorite indie games of all time. Bar none. Probably up my top 10, top 20 favorite games of all time. No doubt. Celeste is definitely up there. It was such a personal journey when I played that game the first time. It was such a personal accomplishment, and it also helped me kind of cope with the hardships that I was dealing with at the time. Even when I first streamed it, like, I was worried about streaming because I was here and it wasn't nearly as good as it is now, but going back to it, I definitely just enjoyed playing it again, and I was worried that I wasn't going to enjoy it going back and just seeing like how it ends and knowing how it ends and knowing how the puzzles work. I was worried that I wasn't going to enjoy it nearly as much, but I'm glad that I did, and I'm glad that so many other people love the game and so many other people have, you know, have coped with their, you know, anxiety or depression or mental health issues. And I just love Celeste. It's such a good game. I'm so glad I got nominated for Game of the Year, even though I knew it wasn't going to win. And I'm glad it won Best Indie Game and Games for Impact. Definitely deserving of both. Anyway, more shorts. Yeah, no, this was the year that I started trying to get back into making shorts, because I've had a lot of really stupid ideas that I wanted to actually follow through with. Some of them being like what happened like a week ago with the putting into perspective video. That one was literally an idea that was in my head all of last week at work, or like the week prior at work, and I hadn't even edited the video yet. I didn't even put any of the assets in. Just a random thought came in my mind, and I was listening, and like the moment played in my head, and all these edits just started like forming in my brain, and I was like, I need to make this a thing. So I made it a thing, and it's really funny to look back on. And so that's why I put it in the shorts category. You don't see those. Also, man, that was back in March. So yeah, no, a lot of the earlier this year was me uploading V3 and doing streams, because we beat the game, I want to say. We played it fairly late into because once we beat Danganronpa 2, we beat that in November of last year, and then the episodes went up until January of this year. And I wanted to start V3 really soon. So after we got back from Thanksgiving break, we basically just started on V3 from there. From then on until like the next year. And then around January is when we really started pumping out those just playing the game nonstop for a really long time. And then we finished the game in, I want to say, March, and then I was still uploading the series as was going on, but we pretty much beat the entire game, and then like posted the rest of the series since the game was up. So I could attribute a lot of the late end of 2018's work schedule. I can thank myself that I wanted to get the game out as soon as possible, so that I'm not focusing on playing it in the middle of that semester and then just worrying about the semester itself and just uploading the videos as they come, because they're pretty much already done. Batman the Telltale game, we're gonna get back to. There's a lot of Danganronpa, and I didn't think that I would get nearly as into Danganronpa as I did. Like, I love Phoenix Wright, hand to heart. It was one of those game series that I went to, and I beat the whole thing, and I did it all on my phone. I did it all on this little device right here, which to the surprise of nobody, also has my darling, but I don't even know if you saw it, but yeah, no, V3 was really fun. The game itself and just the series in general, there's a lot of stuff that came out of V3 that I'm glad came out the way it did. We played Monster Prom. This is the first series that I had on my channel with Susie as a part of it. And then the races with BScat. That's when I had Susie and Pooja on my channel too. And then just some random Monster Hunter stuff, because I kind of wanted to do Monster Hunter as just kind of I could do it whenever I want kind of thing. I wasn't doing it as a series like how PJ did, because I was trying to play up to his series. So, and I didn't feel like I want to make a new character to just make it one for my channel, because I felt like that would be redundant. And I don't know if I'd have a lot of people to do that with, because PJ was doing his own thing and he was also working on his streams, and I didn't really want to bother him. Oh, and then there's tennis. Man, Ultra Despair Girls also happened this year. God, Ultra Despair Girls was also an interesting adventure, because this was the first game I streamed via my PS4. And this was like the stream through my PS4 setup where I actually don't do it through the PS4 directly and do it through my computer with the capture card and all that. So doing it that way was actually really cool, and seeing how I can do the series with the microphone and work with the with the audio levels to make sure that it doesn't pick up on the TV. It did take a while for me to really figure that out, and also the delay issues, but I think I was able to do something well with that. And then once we got to the end of E3, this is in June, so I had already left school then, at least by a month. And I think around this time, yeah, no, I was working around this time. June 8th is when I started. I started my job June 8th. And now it's December 31st, and it's been 6 months. I don't think I posted anything between then. That's weird. But yeah, no, once I got home and I had the PS4 to myself, I could just do whatever I needed to do then. The summer was really kind of a darker time. There was a lot going on. I had work. There was just a bunch of stuff happening at home that I would rather not get into. But things are going better now than they did before, which is good. I was able to get more streams in on my PS4. I was able to just do what I wanted to do. No real issues. And then leading into the fall, oh yeah, the Dragon Ball FighterZ Switch beta. Then Smash Bros stuff. I had been keeping background tabs on Smash Bros up until this point. I think before E3. E3, I saw the Smash Direct then, and I saw it alongside the other presentations, like the one from Square Enix, the one from PlayStation, the one from Xbox, the one from Bethesda and EA. So I saw those press conferences all on the big screen, all streamed. So I didn't really feel like I wanted to, do a series on them, because sometimes I watch them with my mom, see if there's any games she's interested in, or whenever they decide to talk about Diablo. Yeah, and then we basically went to finish South Park, because by this point it had been a really long time since we went back to South Park. So I wanted to beat the game, or PJ really wanted to beat the game. So we beat the game, but there's a problem with the last episode, in that, the first 12 minutes aren't there. So that's kind of what I've been doing a little bit on the side, is whenever I get some time, I play on the PC version to play back up to the final area, and then just get some dummy footage of like the first half of the boss fight, or the first boss fight entirely. And once I get to that point, then I can post the finale of that and just be done with Stick of Truth. So there's that. Spiral Scouts also was this year. that was a nice, like, little fun game. I actually have the finale ready to be rendered and uploaded very soon, so that might happen this week, maybe next week, at the latest. I just have to get it. I just gotta get it rendered, but for the most part, it's pretty much done. That had a problem with my commentary. My commentary didn't stick for some reason, so you know, I had to do post commentary on that. That was around the same time I was doing post commentary on Super Mario 3D Land, which is also a series that started this year. You know what also started this year? Bayonetta. And oh, Mario Super Sluggers. I need to get back to finishing this game. I've been putting it off because it's not like a priority. It's a very low key kind of game. Maybe on a Tuesday, if I'm not doing anything, then I might stream that, because I need to get through all the games I did. WarioWare Smooth Moves. That was one that I've been wanting to play, and I just kind of wanted to get that off of the bucket list of games that I wanted to play. So I played it specifically for that, and I was really off the heels of WarioWare Gold because I had really enjoyed WarioWare Gold. Also, Ghost Trick. I think I can honestly say that this is probably the best consistent series that I've done in terms of a stream, because there was barely any interruptions. The game worked perfectly all throughout. It was mostly story based. The episodes ended when I wanted to end them. There was really no real lag issues, or like latency issues, and I sounded fine. The game sounded fine. Everything was consistent from the first episode to the last. And I had played it before, so I already knew how the story was going to go, but I wanted to make it better. I wanted to make it look clean, and I knew that there was a version on the DS, but I didn't want to play that. I had already purchased the one on the iOS, and I thought that was the better version, especially since everything's on one screen, so you don't need to worry about looking at the two screens and having to separate them and work with that, because I didn't have a DS at the time either, and I didn't really have a DS setup. So, but I mean, now that I do, this is also a giant part of this year. This system, this Nintendo 2DS, it's almost dead, but just roll with me here. This system is a godsend. I worked and saved up to get this thing so that I can finish the games that I've been wanting to finish, like Shantae for one. That is on my list, and also to play some games in the near future that I've been wanting to play for a while, and to get back into games that I want to do like series for, that I want to get back into the just normal DS games. And it's like I'm like planning a lot of these like in advance, so I have an idea of what I want to do. Some of them are off the cuff, but there's a lot of advanced planning that I do. You guys don't notice so far on the surface, but there's stuff that's being planned under the hood. Like, we're gonna get back to this game once I meet up with Joe. I'm gonna probably talk to him about that, and so we can get back into doing that series. Because if I can share him the game fine, then there shouldn't be really a huge problem with the whole streaming thing. And then I still need to change the thumbnail to this, but I also went to a convention with Pooja this year. Pooja went to her first convention. AVGC. That was fun. It was fun seeing her reactions. It was fun seeing her explore the con and getting giddy over Mother stuff. like Mother 3. Like, she got Mother 3 on the Game Boy, and she met a Ness cosplayer. Like, it was so fun seeing her go through it, and it was a small con, yes, but like I think it was a really good introductory con, and it was also mostly video game based, so that it worked out. There were still a lot of good cosplays, there were a lot of good panels, there were a couple content creators that I love, that I really wanted to see, and I did, and it was great. Played Overwatch with Joe, some more Overwatch. Played 3DS Smash, which we probably will play more of, even though I have Smash Bros. Ultimate. Not everybody has a Switch, but everyone has a 3DS. So if anything, we might play more Smash 4, because that's never gonna die between all of us until the moment that everybody gets a Switch. Then we'd be playing more Smash Ultimate, because also by then, hopefully, Nintendo will have fixed its online. But that's not a conversation for neither here nor there. Bayonetta. I'm glad that I replayed this on the Switch version, because it's a game that I really enjoy. It's a game that I really loved playing when I first did. Like, it was a new experience that I never had played before. I think I might have seen like a little bit of when the Game Grumps played it, but I never really cared, I think, about the game. But when I played it for myself almost 2 years ago on my own, it was such an experience. I don't think I'd ever really played a game like it before, like a hack and slash game that made you feel good with a strong female protagonist that, even though she was a femme fatale, like sexy like character, she was still a badass. She was still really strong. She was really powerful. She didn't give a damn about what the enemy said, and she knew she was smart. She knew she had reflexes like ungodly reflexes in order to like battle against all of her enemies and all that. And just the music, the visuals, the gameplay, everything felt nice. And then the sequel did better. I still hold that the sequel trumps the original. No ifs, ands, or buts. But honestly, I still like the original game, because it brought a whole new, like, the reasons that I like it are the reasons why Bayonetta 2 is so good, because it's basically Bayonetta 1 but refined and tweaked to its best. And then I started Nekopara Volume 0, which means I'm inevitably going to be doing Volumes 1, 2, and 3 and extra whenever they come out. They played the bridge randomly because I don't know why. Super Mario Party, I started with PJ. There's like two more videos left of this series. We played it back in October, and I've been uploading them weekly whenever I can. Oh my god. And then I did an announcement video. I always miss doing edited updates, because it's kind of I want to say it's kind of a style. Like, whenever I do like a video to the face, I mean, I know I'm doing it webcam style now, so it's not like the most like interesting to see, and I apologize that it's not the most interesting to see, but it's I've always liked doing like recordings of myself just venting about how the day's been, how it's been, like how the year has been, what I'm doing on my channel, and just like doing multiple takes of the same thing, trying to get the point across, and just working off of that. And now that I'm actually seeing myself, I want to see, I'm just getting a good idea of how I look like, and using the space to my advantage. I probably should have thought of this beforehand, but you know me and my spontaneous doings of videos and stuff. Anyway, so The World Ends With You with Rob. Rob had played The World Ends With You at least 3 different times. One on his own, one years ago on his channel, and one recently on his channel, his redo, and I knew how much fun he was having with it, and I never really watched the series because I wanted to play it on my own, because it always interested me vaguely, especially from the first episode that I saw of his. It always interested me enough that I wanted to play it on my own, and I didn't want to spoil myself, so I didn't. Then I played it on my own through this, and I'm really liking it so far. So whenever we meet up again to record more, that's what I'm hoping to do. And with Nekopara, I'll probably end up doing the other games. And then Super Mario 3D Land was ungodly hard to edit. And there was also Rhythm Heaven DS, which should be done by next year, by next month. Fairly early on, too. Rhythm Heaven on the DS was one that I've been meaning to do for some time, because I beat Rhythm Tengoku, I want to say in 2014, and I've been meaning to play the DS game ever since that last episode ended, and I just haven't had the resources that I wanted to have. I didn't have my recording 2DS here, which is still blinking red for some reason. Yeah, there it is. I had never... Wait a minute. I'm sorry, let me just turn this off. But, no, it's, I played Rhythm Heaven Fever, and I actually did a series on Rhythm Heaven Fever, and that's on YouTube. It's from like, I think 2 years ago, but it's all edited and ready to post. I just need to, you know, figure out how I'm going to work with it. I mean, I think the episodes are pretty good in and of itself. Maybe they're all right. But this specifically, Rhythm Heaven, I did not want to emulate it because I did not want the audio problems and the random lag to affect how my score would be. Because I played the whole game on an emulator before I even owned the physical copy from Rob, and playing on the mouse with slight bits of lag was probably not the greatest way to witness to view the game. So I wanted to wait until I got a Capture 2DS in order to start it. And so now that's a thing that I'm doing. Super Mario 3D Land was a desync nightmare. I'm so glad that I got it figured and sorted out now, but then it was just really bad. And oddly enough, the Game Awards as a stream is significant because that's the first stream that I did on my new laptop, the one that I'm using right now to record this video. Because I needed to at some point test how this works on stream, and it seems to be working fine enough. So this will probably be what I stream from nowadays. I mean, I did it with the Celeste stream and the Bayonetta streams, so hopefully it still works out well from there. I did Overwatch with Rob, and then more of the same. So this is also going to be the beginning of another highlights series when I go, because I have all the Miitopia streams ready to be edited. It's going to be kind of like Shitfest style. So there's a lot of heavy editing and a lot of, you know, getting specific parts in. But here, the difference between this and the Shitfest is that the streams are... I mean, the videos are roughly the same, but I don't have to worry about getting a specific length of video, because I'm just gonna edit the whole thing down and just make it its own thing. And Rob's has some videos that are a little bit shorter than others, so it'll just be like whenever I can get to them, and I'll make my own custom thumbnail, and it'll be great and fun. I might do one for Fire Emblem Awakening and Fire Emblem Fates if I really am just, you know, hating at myself to go through all of those streams and all of those hours of videos to make a few highlight videos, because it's hard to do it all on my own because I have to watch through the whole videos. I have to watch through all of them in order to make the videos instead of having people give like timestamps. So it's a little bit harder to deal with. And then, as you not subtly saw in one of the earlier paths, I've recorded a bit of a game that Joe is going to edit, and he's going to be kind of a guest editor while I post it. And it's going to be a series that he loves, that he wants me to play and get into and all that. So it's just a lot of collaboration. Just a lot of collaboration here and there, everywhere, from all different people. I did a lot of stuff with Monster Hunter on PJ's channel with Susie and Vinny and James occasionally, and Taylor too in the last stream. Monster Hunter was just a really fun game to play with friends, and it was a game that I'm glad that I got and was able to experience. Just a good game. It's a good game, and I cannot wait for the content update in fall, for when we get a new area with new monsters and new everything. My god, it'll be the resurgence of Monster Hunter, and I cannot wait. And in terms of covers, I did one with Rob. On his channel. I'm doing another one on his channel. I might post my own version of one of the covers that's on his channel eventually when I actually get to editing them. But yeah, no, this year was actually a really good year for my videos. Even if it wasn't the greatest year for just general content, I think that my videos and streams actually increased in quality. I know there were some video series that I just kind of put up, but even then, I still wanted to make sure they were good. I still wanted to make sure that they were viewable. I wanted to make sure that that they were funny, that they were interesting, that they were just engaging somehow. Because I know that I sometimes watch these, and if I'm bored, chances are other people are going to be bored too, and it's really hard to bore me when it comes to certain videos. So I just thought that I'd give it like that extra viewing to make sure that people will like to come back and watch. And that's just kind of the thing. Like, I'm not super popular in YouTube. I barely have over 500 subscribers, but no, I have 511 subscribers as of this recording. But like, I have a small enough audience, so that doesn't mean that I'm really looking forward to making like the biggest, most grand, most videos. So there's a lot more coming next year. I have better equipment. I have this thing. This is also a really good piece of equipment. I have this lovely thing. I have the PS4's like right behind you. I can't really show it, but I can show a controller for it if that counts. This thing. I have PS4 stuff in the works. I have stuff for this that's in the works. Just GameCube. There's just a lot of stuff to do, and a lot of ideas that I want to get rolling. Some music. I have my guitar over there. I want to remake my theme song and actually add a little bit of flair to it, and really do that well. I want to do more covers. I maybe want to do some like a comic dub, because voice acting is also another thing I really want to get back into. Because I've been doing a few slight audio stuff on another account of mine, and I've been really having fun with that. So I really want to translate that over to this, so that it's, you know, usable. But honestly, I think what I should really do is just thank Pooja for being such a great friend and helping me and just helping me stay sane and just being a great friend to talk to, and watching over a series that I really enjoy and just having fun all around. I thank Susie for bringing such amazing artwork to the group streams and just bringing some amazing characterizations to some characters, and bringing PJ another person that he can play on PS4 with, which thank God, because I'm sure he was bored of just playing by himself and having nobody else have a PS4 at the time. PJ himself, thank you for just dealing with my dumb self and just all of the great times we've had with Oblivion and more times to come. We still have 14 years. Oh my god. We're also inevitably gonna play Dragon Age. I know you're scared that I'm not gonna like it, but hey, I could end up liking it a lot. And Rob, I also thank you for not only starting because of me and being inspired by my works, but also being able to make your own thing based off of it. Because it's very easy to just copy someone else, but it takes a lot more effort to make your own thing out of it. It takes a lot more effort to build upon what you enjoy rather than what someone else is doing and copying off of them to make a profit. Not like we're making a profit anyway, but details. So I thank you so much for watching my stuff. I thank you so much for being such a loyal fan all these years, and for just being a good friend, honestly. No ifs, ands, or buts, you have been tolerable of my stupidity over the years, and I appreciate it, man. And to the rest of the people who watch, all 10 of you or so, I thank you for watching my videos, my streams, my stupid antics. I thank you all for watching, just genuinely from the heart. And yes, there was a lot of death in 2018. Yes, there was a lot of really stupid things that were happening in 2018. Yes, there was a lot of things that I wish I could take back. I wish there was a lot of things I could redo, things that I could go back in time and make better, things that I wish never happened, things that I wish would happen better, things that I wish would just change. But thanks, Fuja. But just in general thing, I thank you guys so much. It's been a wonderful 10 years being a Let's Player on YouTube, and a wonderful almost 11 years of being on YouTube. So, or is it 9 years? I've been blurring the lines between my actual YouTube start and when I started posting videos. One day I'll find the correct mark, but as far as I know, it's gonna be 10 years. And here's to another 10 years of amazing content, honestly. And hopefully YouTube gets its shit together. There's a lot more ideas I want to do, and I hope you guys stick around for more of them. So, here's to 2019. See you guys next time for another video. Take care, have a lovely day. And there was a drop left in this. I don't know why. See you guys later. And just thank you for watching. Just thank you for watching in general. I'll see you later for another video, probably tomorrow. See you guys later, and thank you very much.